In the early 1990s, we began a major renovation of the North Carolina State Capitol to return it to its antebellum appearance. And, just like in your home, the carpet is the last thing to go in. We know through historical documentation the particular patterns that the General Assembly and one of the original architects would have preferred. However, by 1840, construction costs had ballooned, finally reaching more than 10 times the original budget and 3 times the state annual income. Due to its expense, the Capitol did not get carpet until 1854. Replaced in 1866, we have no records as to what this first carpet looked like. Fortunately, we do have records about what they wanted. And further research proved that there was only one man in the United States skilled in the way to install the new carpet in the historical manner.
There's less than probably a half dozen left in the country that actually do, hand sewing. So, I'm the crazy one that is still willing to travel all over the country. My son, he does a lot of the sewing along with me. So at least there is one more generation that knows how to do this kind of work. The company started as a cleaning company. The next generation came along, then they started getting involved in on-location cleaning, installation of different types, expanded year after year after year. I've been there 41 years, started doing the cleaning, and in the late 70s, that was when hand sewing was still somewhat in demand to do border rugs, and I had been doing repairs of orientals, always did work with my hands. One day, a gentleman from Boston had come into the shop and wanted to know if I hand sewed. Yeah. And I had done some 27-inch work in the past in restaurants and things like that. Then he said, "Did you ever travel?" Well, no one ever asked me, So for the last 20 years, we have gone pretty much all over the United States, all the way from Hartford to Kalispell, Montana, far south as Houston, Texas. Travel 300 miles, install 1 room. Then it went to 2 rooms, then we were starting to do whole houses, whole museums. This is the 3rd State House. 6 years ago, we had done the Springfield, Illinois State House. A few months later, we were over in Richmond, Virginia, doing their restoration. So 100 years ago, there was no such thing as a sewing machine that would sew carpet together, sew carpet seams. And in the 1800s, this is as wide as you could make a piece of carpet, 27 inches wide. So in order to make that 27-inch into a full-size wall-to-wall room or an area rug, you had to hand sew the seams together. Only one way to really do it correctly and accurately from the historic standpoint is to hand sew, the different widths together. The sad part is, I do all the sewing, sew it from the back, and as soon as we install it, you can see the evidence of where the seams are, but no one ever gets to see the sewing.
The Capitol's new carpet helps the Department of Cultural Resources continue its mission to restore, preserve, and protect this important site. And with it in place, citizens, visitors, and school children can see the rooms as they may have originally looked in the Capitol's early days, like during the Constitutional Convention of 1868.